Hi, I'm Jennifer with the American Red Cross, and this is Dan with Henderson Fire, and we're here today at Station 98 in the city of Henderson. As you can see behind us, we have a cadre of volunteers who are getting their instructions. They're getting ready to go out into the community and talk about drowning prevention.
Our campaign kicks off today in the city of Henderson with some fabulous community partners. The message is simple: safe pools rule. Over 800 doors today will be knocked on, and this door hanger will be left. Over the course of this campaign, 8,000 homes will be contacted within our city with the A, B, C, and D's of drowning prevention. Jennifer, what is A? Adult supervision. Never have a child unattended by a pool. It only takes a few seconds to lose a life. B is for barriers. Make sure that there is a physical barrier between children and the pool.
C is for classes. Take a CPR class and be prepared to respond in an emergency, or have your child sign up for a Learn to Swim class.
Huge thanks to all our volunteers today. Safe pools rule, and zero drownings is our goal.
Community partners to share this important message about pool safety. And with me are Chief Steve Goebel, Dan Pinkowski representing the Henderson Professional Firefighters, Jennifer Ramey from American Red Cross, and Christophe Merrill, our sponsor from Rockstar Pool Care. And let me tell you, he really is a rock star. So thank you. We've partnered today to raise awareness about across our community about drowning prevention. Drowning is the leading cause of unintentional death in southern Nevada for young children, and this is unacceptable. The loss of a child is devastating to a family and demoralizing to a community. While young children can drown in a pool, spa, or even a bathtub, the backyard swimming pool by far poses the biggest hazard. The only way we're going to prevent these types of tragedies is through heightened awareness and education for pool owners. 1 in every 4 Henderson homes has a pool in its backyard, and today we're taking our drowning prevention message directly to the front doors. The safety of our community is more than preventing crime on the streets, but reducing accidents on our roadway. We must also take precautions inside our homes and around our pools to protect our children. I'd like to introduce our Henderson Fire Chief, Steve Goebel, at this time, who will talk more about the program.
Presence here, and it just magnifies the importance of the message today. And we appreciate you all being out here. We appreciate our volunteers and our partners in this cause. It's as Councilwoman March pointed out, drowning is a huge issue for us, especially in southern Nevada. You know, the great weather and and all the amenities available to us in the community are great to be here, but it causes us some concern when it comes to this time of year as the weather warms up. And we want to make sure that we get out in front of the message every single year. You know, this is the 3rd year that we've had our drowning prevention campaign on this scale, and we want to stay on top of it. We want to keep getting the word out.
Volunteers who came out today. You know, our workforce with the American Red Cross is 97% volunteer. So we could not fulfill our mission without those of you that are here today giving up your Saturday to go door to door. The Red Cross is so pleased to be partnering with the City of Henderson and the Henderson Professional Firefighters for this drowning prevention campaign. As the Chief mentioned, this is the 3rd year that we've done this to this scale. Having the right skills in the right place at the right time does save lives. I'd like to take a moment and just tell you a very quick story about a young man in our community who never expected to use his skills to save a life. Last summer, 17-year-old Jonah Schreiner had come home from school and started his homework. And he noticed that the house was unusually quiet and that his 18-month-old sister was nowhere to be found. He discovered that the dog door was open to the backyard where there was a pool. He ran outside and discovered his sister face down in the pool. Jonah, just a few months earlier, had just been trained by the American Red Cross to be a lifeguard. And those skills that he had learned kicked into action. He pulled his sister from the pool and for an agonizing 4 minutes performed CPR on her. She did regain consciousness. So the American Red Cross encourages everyone to be prepared. Take a CPR class. Enroll your children in Learn to Swim classes. As Jonah's sister is alive today, because Jonah had the right skills at the right place at the right time. So again, thanks to all of you who are out here today. I'd like to now introduce Dan Pinkowski with the Henderson Professional Firefighters.
What you're going to do with a simple act of knocking on a door and with a flyer going over the A, B, C, and D's of drowning prevention is immeasurable. You can save a life today. Behind us, you'll see some of the campaign signs that will be going up across our community. We will be having PSAs run across the television stations. And the impact of what you're doing today is just, if you've ever had to run one of these calls, and unfortunately, we do this all too often in our service. Today we have a chance to get out ahead of it. Today we have a chance to prevent it. Watching a family suffer after we respond, and our goal in 4 minutes, as Jennifer, when someone was doing CPR, that's an eternity. And thank God that that made the difference that day. All too often it doesn't. So it is so incredibly important what you do with the Henderson firefighters and everyone gathered here. You know, most of us have full-time jobs. Our service in our community doesn't stop at the end of that, and this is a huge example of that. So thank you for coming out today. I am incredibly proud to introduce Christoph Merrill, our partner in the community, who is sponsoring all of this print material that will be going out, every door hanger that will be up for making a difference, and reminding folks of the A, B, C, and D's of drowning prevention. So please, a huge round of applause for
As a small business entrepreneur, you always want to be involved in something bigger than just your business. I had the privilege a long time ago, some of you look about the age that I was, which makes me feel even older, but I was a lifeguard. I actually had the opportunity to do many saves. I had the opportunity to be a lifeguard in a local community swimming pool as well as at the beach. There's a feeling that you get, and it's beyond pride. It's pride in yourself, knowing that if someone else was in trouble, you could kind of step forward and be that person that actually does something, rather than be a bystander that just isn't trained or doesn't understand what to do or the proper techniques. I was trained by the American Red Cross as a lifeguard, and so I know the importance. And so as we were kind of preparing our business and looking at all the avenues to be able to kind of get out in front of the community, this opportunity, the Safe Pools rule, it just made a lot of sense from a standpoint where we can actually make an effect in the community. So we're really, really happy to be a part of it. As most rock stars do, they try to do a PSA, so I figured this was a good foray into that field. Thank you very much for coming out. We're glad to be a part of the event.
On behalf of the City of Henderson, it's truly a pleasure to be here with you today to talk about how safe pools rule. And I think it's important at this time that we acknowledge all of our partners, besides the folks that I've introduced up front here. Our fire department for hosting us today, our parks department for setting this facility up for us for this press conference, Liz Tross for Trosper Communications, our public information office, the City of Henderson, but most especially each and every one of you who's volunteering today, who's making a difference, who's educating the public. This is an important role that you're playing in our community, and it also partners not only with some of the strategic goals of the City of Henderson to provide a safe community, but it also is important that we are ensuring that our public is safe and that we're committed to volunteerism in Henderson. And I understand that the month of May is actually National Volunteer Month, so please get out there and make a difference, and I know you are. So with that, I'd like to ask that as we wrap up here, the volunteers are going to meet just outside the back doors here where they're going to receive their volunteer packets, and we appreciate all that you're doing and reaching out to the community. So again, thank you very much on behalf of the City of Henderson and our fire department.
Right now we have about 50 people here, so thank you all for being here today. And the first thing we're going to do is break into groups. And I would like, if you have came with your own organization, you're more than welcome to stay in your own group, but I need 7 groups.
So just 7 groups.
7 groups. We need
Group
7
2,
teams.
Group 3.
And kind of just start standing around that